everyone, I'm Julia, the growth lead of ICP Hub Philippines. Welcome po to another episode of IC Stories. This is episode 54, Fantasy Extreme, where blockchain meets fantasy sports. Ayan, ang dami ko nakitang post about this episode dahil po alam ko na dito sa Pilipinas, napakaraming fans of sports and specifically fantasy sports. So if you are one of those people, then this episode is for you, of course. So ayan, before we call in our guests, syempre, I wanna say hi sa mga nag-attendance check para sa atin. Let's say hello to Charimaya. Hello po. We also have Scout Martin in attendance. Hello, present na agad, sabi niya. Solid yung Twitter space kahapon. Ang galing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ayan, yes po sa mga naka-miss out. We had a very big town hall kung saan nag-invite tayo na iba-ibang guests. So don't worry, naka-ano naman yon record that is posted on our Twitter. So you can still read it, no? I think it's a good listen while you're on your way to work or, going home or naghahanap lang kayo kasama, napapakinggan habang nagluluto kayo or naglilinis ng bahay, especially this weekend, no? So go ahead and listen to it. Thank you so much, Scout Martin, for joining us kahapon. Zaku Cleopatra as well. Hello. Kelvin, Gahib, hello. Charimaya, maraming salamat po. You guys know the drill. Make sure to prepare your best questions dahil at the end of the episode, pipiliin po natin ang top 5 questions or maybe siguro during the episodes, no? Kung if we feel like it, if maganda talaga yung questions ninyo. And then, of course, meron po kayong rewards in ICP. Espeso, hello. Ayan. GM, alive na po ang ICP Hub. So ayan, maraming salamat Miles Morales. Thank you so much for joining in. So we have two guests today joining us from Fantasy Extreme. So let's call in the first guest muna, syempre. We have with us the CEO himself, Sherry. Hi Sherry, how are you?
Hi, Molan. Thank you so much. I'm very well. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Very happy to see you guys. Hello, audience. Hello, you have a very wonderful audience as well. I was just seeing the hello, hi from everyone. So, hello, everyone.
Everyone is hyped. I bet they have a lot of questions for you. So thanks so much for joining in. Sherry, while we wait for Malik, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into Web3 and eventually work on this incredible idea?
Yeah, thank you so much. Basically, I am a sportsman. From maybe eighth grade, I am playing different sports like cricket, football, and all this, as well as I am a very good fantasy player. So
Oh.
it was basically this project, the Fantasy Extreme. Basically, fantasy on a decentralized platform is one
Mhm.
of my dream project. Now, basically,
Yeah.
being a software engineer or a solution architect, I want to combine my passion with my work. So that's
Yeah.
why I am here to create this platform. And almost we are done with the MVP. It's live and all these things are there. So regarding this thing, we have, if we talk about today, we have over 90 million people who are playing this game on daily basis. Like if we talk about only one platform, there are 28 million user on daily basis. So
Mhm.
we can imagine how big this market is. And when we talk about for the web 2, like we have all the platforms are already there are two main problems. First one is the geographical problem. Second one
Mhm.
is the late rewards. And using blockchain section, specifically ICP, we are solving this
Mhm.
out. So definitely it is going to be a blast for all of us.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And joining us with us is Malik, the CTO. Hi Malik, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? How did you fall into the Web3 rabbit hole? And how did you get acquainted with Fantasy Extreme and with Sherry?
Okay, hello everyone. So the story is simple. Like normal middle class person, I studied computer sciences. I finished it in back in 2005, and since then
Mhm.
I am connected to this industry. I have worked a lot in Web2 domain, and when the blockchain came, it was my choice because this domain actually intrigued me a lot. So
Yeah.
since, like you can say, I'm connected with this field since 2015. I know Sherry since 2020. We are working together. We're actually a blockchain solution provider.
Mhm.
As Fantasy Extreme is kind of our passion, but other than that, professionally we are a blockchain solution provider. And
Mhm.
like when we connected, me and Sherry, we are both sports enthusiasts. He is more of a football enthusiast. Me, I am a more of a cricket enthusiast. But we are
Mhm.
connected through sports. So we always share this common passion. And uh, me and him, he since 2015, he is playing fantasy sports on different Web2 platforms. I am playing it since 2000, for cricket. So we always used to talk about like we should have some kind of platform where, we can solve all these issues which we as a players of fantasy sports as our passion we feel. The only thing we get in Web 2 is the bragging right, like he and me, we always had heated discussions like friends, you know that how it works, right? Like I know Philippines,
Yeah.
like you guys love basketball a lot, for example, and you guys play football a lot. So like, you must be having these kind of discussions where you are watching a match and you're saying, no, he made this thing, he should have done that thing, and then your friend
Yeah.
says something else, you know so fantasy sports is a way to prove to your friend or people around you that you understand
I
game
was
better.
right. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you are right, and you understand it better. So this is like quantifying that argument. So we always have these kind of
Mm.
challenges internally and these things. But since we came across ICP, we were not able to do it because, like, frankly speaking, you as a user, me as a user, we don't care if the platform is Web3 or
Mhm.
Web2, right? We don't care.
Yeah, correct.
So
As
why
long
I
as
will
it
go to Web?
works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine, right? Why I need to go to
Mhm,
Web3?
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So there are real problems in the world in the Web2 domain,
Mhm.
specifically in fantasy sport. The problem, like you guys are playing you are in Philippines, I assume, and all your
Mhm.
audience most of so they must be playing FPL, Fantasy Premier League. That's an official platform
Mhm.
for English Premier football. Now, if you play, and first thing, they don't give much cash rewards, but if there is a cash reward and you won it, so out of
Mhm.
maybe players from around the world, you won that reward. But
Mhm.
to claim that reward and to get it into your bank account in Philippines, it may take 6 months, it may take
It's a
one
lot.
year,
Yeah.
or it may not
Too
come to you at
long.
all. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the one problem. And second problem,
Mhm.
if there is an entry fee you have to pay to get into a contest, imagine this. Practically, you can't do that because
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
your friends doesn't support, it's not registered in your country, so there is a no
Mhm.
legal way or direct way to access them. So
Yeah.
these were two very common problems which we faced, but we haven't shifted it to blockchain earlier just because gas fees, like as a user, why you will pay gas fees? So then ICP came to our rescue. We analyzed them. We have worked some projects on that, and I think it's a right fit for it. So we are solving all the problems which I mentioned now.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people. That's
Oh yeah,
the
for
brief.
sure. And I feel like, especially with the fees, you bring up a strong point, and you could really take advantage of the reverse gas model of
Yes,
ICP, and it's
yes,
with the
yes,
with the kind of project that you're building, it makes perfect sense to build on top of
yes.
ICP. I
Secondly,
mean, yeah, go ahead, go
yes,
ahead.
sorry, please continue. Continue, please.
No, go ahead. I just got really excited with the idea that your background is very strong in, providing services, but at the same time, you are now building something where you are utilizing what you're technically good at, but also your passion, and that's just always
Passion, yeah.
something. Which I
So,
feel is very exciting, right? You get to
yeah,
not choose between the corporate job and the passion anymore. You're like, hey, why can't we pick both, right? And it's just showing with how with the energy that you guys are giving that you truly care about the project and you're the target market basically. So yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, you were saying.
No, yeah, you are correct. Like it's our passion, and this whole thing started out of passion. This
Mm,
discussion, this idea, it was there since 2015 at the back of our minds. We tried something in Web2 domain for some markets, but scaling in that particular field, and there was same issues as I mentioned. So
mm,
reverse gas model is the perfect fit to bring a Web2 user to Web3. And then,
Yeah.
there are some other technologies given by ICP. Like one common technology I would like to mention is NFID.
Mm.
That's which lets you create your account using your email address. So as a user, your experience is same as Web 2. You will not feel you are working on a Web 3 platform. That is a great thing, right?
Yeah.
And second thing we brought in is the rewards. Rewards are
Rewards.
some,
Yeah.
yeah, monetization, because this
Mm.
is second thing which is lacking a lot. There are a lot of fantasy sports platforms, Yahoo, ESPN, the big players are in the market, but you don't get much of the monetization, although you have to spend a lot of time. Like to
Mm.
create a proper football week, now there is a game week concept. So for a week it takes at least 1 hour of yours time to create that team, and then you have to stay engaged throughout the week if you want your team to do really good.
Mm.
So, and after spending all this time, the only thing you get as of now is you get bragging rights, where you can show off to
Yeah.
your friends that this is the something we are doing.
Yeah.
So we are bringing in rewards. We are bringing the model where after every match, instantly you will be receiving your rewards in the form of FX tokens inside your account. That's one part.
Mm.
And on the second hand, entry fees you have to pay. Okay, good. You will be paying it immediately, instantly. So whether you're sitting in Africa, whether you're sitting in Asia, whether you're sitting in USA, everybody has equal right to enjoy the support. It's not
Yeah.
dedicated to the center. So that's the mission. Uh,
Mm.
so this is the whole concept of it. So if you don't mind, I would like to share my screen and show a small
Yes,
advertisement
please go
or
ahead.
video
Go
about the
ahead.
concept we have. Because as I said, we are very passionate about. This is not something we created it to explain to the users what we're trying to do. Uh,
Mm.
it's not our media campaign, it's just for you guys to show you that this is our concept.
Oh,
If there is something,
yeah, go ahead.
so,
We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
thank
Yeah,
you.
feel free to share your screen. I have
Yes,
so
sir.
many questions, you guys. I'm
Yes,
pumped
and
for
we will
this
be
interview. Yeah.
really, yeah, we were really excited to come to like to your place, because the
Have
thing is
you
that
ever been
you're
to the Philippines?
I was in UAE, and Philippines community in UAE is very strong.
Yeah, it's
So
big.
yeah, so I have very strong connections.
I was in
And
Yeah, I was in Maldives around 2 weeks ago, and I met a lot of Philippines people there because
Oh,
yeah.
we're everywhere, you guys. Like anywhere you go, there's a big Filipino community for sure,
and
right?
I understand,
There's like
by the way, as
Yeah,
people, they are very sweet, they are very calm. I
oh,
really
thank
like them.
you.
I had lot
as
of
well as
good
we
time with
have multiple clients from Philippines, and we are providing services, development services to them. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
them.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. So
I'll
I see your screen now. This is a video of the of Fantasy Extreme, correct?
that's the whole concept which I mentioned to you.
Mm-hmm.
It will re-elaborate that whole concept. Just
Okay. Yes. Okay.
enjoy.
Camavinga, Teo Hernandez, pushed away by Diogo Costa, away from Camavinga. Rafael Leao. And now suddenly the game has opened up, and there's a chance for the other end. Nelson Semedo able to get back to him.
So that
Very
was it.
interesting video. I mean, that's true. Like sometimes when you watch sports, you get just carried away. You're like, why did you do that? Or why
Yeah.
not try this strategy? Why bench that player? It's true. Like it's everyone is just a coach. Even if you're just
Yes.
watching, right? You're always like,
Yeah.
if they did
And
this, we would have won. That's a
so
very good
that's what
concept.
we that's what we want to empower the people, that they can
Hmm.
be coached for the game which they
Yeah.
love so much, which they invest so much, and which they enjoy so much. And there is
What
another
Guys,
sports?
element.
we have I think we have two very interesting people in our audience. First one is the Mile Morales. I think he is a fantasy player. After reading his comments and after analyzing him, I can see he is a fantasy player. Miles, please let me know. And secondly, Scout just asked a question: is there any sports available on Fantasy Extreme? Malik, please.
See, as of now, football being the first most popular sport in the world,
Mhm.
we are going with football as our first game. We will
Mhm.
be launching our MVP Alpha app somewhere next week. Actually, you can see
Mhm.
the shots and the scenes shown in the video are from our platform.
Yeah.
So platform is actually ready. We are internally testing it, and we will be launching somewhere in the mid of next week. So Scout Man, just follow us, and you will be able to, actually, the people who are early adopters who will help us identify the bugs and our alpha users, we have plans to give some rewards
Oh,
them down the line.
cool.
So some NFTs and some
Football is first.
airdrops. Yeah, for the people who will be early
Wow.
adopters, highlight some issues and these bug bounty plans. As soon as we launch our alpha app, we will be introducing these kind of things. And Scout Man, after that, we plan to cover every sport in the world. That's why the name is not about fantasy football or fantasy cricket or fantasy basketball. It's fantasy sports. So
Yeah.
the next in line, we are working on already on the back end. We are working on integration of rugby uh,
Oh,
and
interesting.
and cricket,
Yeah.
and we have the lineup for, after that we are going for basketball. So all the, and then hockey, these are our existing pipelines, and we are also analyzing other sports. So we are looking forward
When you
to some
said
good.
basketball, I just know that everyone in the audience, like their
Yes,
eyes are glistening now. Because, like you said,
yes,
Filipinos are huge. Well, I would say generally huge fans of sports, but more so basketball. I don't know what it
yeah,
is.
basketball.
And everyone is crazy about basketball here. So yeah, we're gonna be looking forward to that. And I think it's very exciting that you guys are inclusive and that there are so many sports lined up. Like you said,
Yes,
it's not fantasy football or fantasy whatever. It's a
yes,
general thing. You're gonna be having something for everyone. And I think that's a very, very exciting thing to look forward to.
yes.
Thanks for
Uh,
sending that in, Scout Martin. Yes, go ahead.
so the concept is the same. We are not developing it as a business. We are
Mhm.
not developing is keeping in mind that we have to earn this much money or these kind of things.
Yeah.
Practically, we are developing it because this is something we wanted to do since long. So,
Mhm.
okay, so
This
the
is
success
from
of
our side, but it is gonna make billions because of its market. So be ready
that is
because we have a
that is a
lot of
different
questions
story.
on it. So we are going to Cherry Mia, Ethisip. A lot of people are asking revenue model of it now. So
So
Malik,
I'll
please.
share the sneak peek of it. The plan is
Yeah.
to, first thing, if because since sports revenue model and how our reward is distributed. Okay, I'll give you that model is already in place. Just to update, as I said, we are launching alpha phase. Alpha phase is without revenue. You don't need to
Mhm.
spend anything. You will not get anything. But I say, as I said, early adopters will be getting some airdrops. Reason being, I want people to play it, adopt it, learn it, and then revenue model is already in place. As simple as that. Whatever fee we will collect as entry fee, 80% of that fee will be redistributed to the community.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. For example, we created a contest,
Mm-hmm.
and the entry fees of that contest was $1, one ICP. We'll talk in
Mm-hmm.
ICP. One ICP, and we get 1,000 user in it. So out
Mm-hmm.
of 1,000, so every user will pay one ICP, total 1,000 ICP. Out of 1,000 ICP, 800 ICP will be redistributed to the community as per some
Mm-hmm.
percentages, and it will not be distributed to only first, second, third. We want, as I said, we want to be inclusive. So we want to
Mm-hmm.
at least reward 60% of the people who participated. So if
Yeah.
there are 1,000 people
That's
participated,
good to hear. Uh-huh.
around 500 to 600 people will be going back with worst case scenario their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the
Oh.
whole concept. And then the 20% which we deduct or we keep as a platform fee, around from that around 10% will be spent on marketing and 5% will be
Mm-hmm.
spent, just 5% will be spent on the further
Mm-hmm.
development of the platform. As I mentioned, we need to develop some or integrate some further games. So that's the
Yeah,
whole model.
keep improving, and adding more
Yes.
sports,
And
every sport. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the goal
And
for
the
sure.
costs are really important, so we try to manage it that. And there is
Mm,
one good news for the guys who already play fantasy sports on any other platform. Currently, if you
mm,
play a fantasy football game, you have to create team for a week. So in a
mm,
week there are around 8 to 10 matches. So you will create one team,
mm.
and you
Yeah.
have to analyze all the matches. Then you will keep on updating your team throughout the process. And if you
Mm,
win after 4 days, then you will get reward. This is ours is not.
mm.
We will
Yeah.
let you create a team at the start of the match, and that team
Mm,
will be only for that particular match. As soon as match
mm.
finishes after 90 minutes and some extra time, you will get your rewards. So
Yeah.
practically, if there are 10 matches in a week, you have 10 opportunities to win, not only one opportunity.
Oh, that's very interesting.
So
And
And just
for sure,
imagine,
very exciting.
Molan,
'Cause- Mhm.
yep, just imagine you are earning more than $200 to $300 per day. So after 10 days,
yeah,
maybe you can have a very good trip as
So
well.
do I quit my job now? Do I like send the
no,
Yeah,
just
resignation?
wait.
I'm gonna call
let us get life
announcement.
first.
No, I'm kidding.
Just,
I'm kidding. Yeah,
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 but
but
just just
mhm.
wait for the time that you are better coach than others,
Oh
because
yeah. I
Yeah.
we
mean,
never know. Yeah, we never know,
we are
right?
never. That's true. That's true. And it's, I think the appeal to this as well, or the big part of the appeal is that if you're genuinely, having fun within it, it's such a, it's just gonna be a huge bonus if you earn some money on the side, right? Because you're already spending so
Yes.
much time, and if you sometimes
Already
you
you are
just do
doing. You are not
something
doing
because
something new. You
yeah,
are not doing something new.
exactly.
You are actually doing
Mhm.
what you was doing already,
You were
but
doing
you will be
before and
getting
now
money.
you get rewarded. That's fun. That's fun. Sounds very interesting. Um I guess my next question is, are there any plans for you guys to introduce, NFTs or digital assets within Fantasy
Yes.
Extreme?
Okay.
Oh, great, great. I see a violent nodding. That's a very good sign, right?
Yeah.
What are the plans?
Some
Can you
of
share the
the
thought
concepts
process,
I
or is
can share
this
with.
secret?
No, no, no. There is nothing
Oh.
secret. Practically speaking, we haven't kept any secret about business model. We haven't
Mhm.
kept any secret about our monetization process. There is no secret. We are, as I said, as Sherry was mentioning
Super
money, and
transparent.
yeah, Sherry was mentioning money, but we are only
Mhm.
considering money as a byproduct of our passion. So
Yeah.
first thing is not money. First thing is the passion
Mhm.
we have for this
Product
particular
first.
platform. Yeah,
Yeah.
money. If I we know that if we are able to do what we plan, and
Mhm.
then money will come. So it's not the priority. So
Mhm.
we are not hiding anything. First part is that we, as I mentioned earlier, that we plan to give some early adopters some
Mhm.
of the bounty hunting will start, where we will be giving
Mhm.
some digital assets will be which will be used as either not 100% sure yet, but some digital assets will help you reduce your entry fees or add some bonus on your rewards. That is one concept.
Mhm.
But yes,
Yeah.
in a very long run, when we have successfully integrated all the games which we plan, then
Mhm.
we may we may, I'm using the word may, we have some thoughts about it and we are working on it. We may replace the things
Mhm.
that every player should have a unique NFT. So actually, the teams you are creating, actually you are generating a collection of NFTs of those particular players. But as of now, we are on early
Mhm.
stages, and generating NFTs of players have a lot of licensing and rights issues. So we don't want to
Yeah.
go that lane right now as a startup.
Mhm.
But yes, we
Yeah.
do have plans.
It's on the horizon. Wow.
Yes,
Okay. So now that we're, talking about your plans, I would really like to hear what can we expect in the next 3 to 6 months and then the long term. I know you gave us a very good glimpse of what's coming, but are there anything else that you want to share with us or you're allowed to divulge?
yes. See, we do understand, as I said, we are in the market since long. We understand the market
Mm,
trends. There's- So,
mm,
two things which we feel we will be doing immediately after the launch
mm,
is that no, when I say launch, it's not alpha launch, it's the final product
mm.
launch, which we are expecting something uh, like after the alpha is done, depending on the response and reviews we get the users. If there is
Yeah.
no such review which makes us change our gameplay a bit,
Mm,
then it will be faster. But
yeah.
we need to integrate at least two games in the coming next months, and we need to
Mm,
have a mobile app. That is something we are looking for upcoming 6 months if everything goes as planned. But these
mm.
plans really depends. We are going to launch our first alpha release, as I said, somewhere next week, and then from
Yeah.
there on, depending on the responses and kind of feedback and these kind of things, you know how it works. But
Yeah, I
as
agree.
if
I agree. Mhm.
so a mobile app, just because most of the users will play on that, and at least two
Mhm.
games. So we want to include as soon as possible the fans who are not football fans, some other sports fan we want to include.
Yeah, I think I would really like to highlight what you said is that you have plans, you have long term plans, you know where you're going, you know the direction, but also next week you're launching the alpha testing and you see where to go from there. I feel like it's
Yes,
very important that you have again long term plans, but at the same time you are very much receptive to the kind of feedback that you get, that you're flexible enough to truly
yes.
understand and tweak the plants a little bit. Yeah.
Just to
Because
tell
I
you,
mean,
this is yeah,
mhm.
this place is the first place that we have told that we are coming with Alpha app next week. It's not on Twitter handle.
Oh,
It's not anywhere. This is the
it's
first
an
platform.
alpha.
Yeah, and this
I
is the
feel
first
lucky.
platform.
Thank you.
This is the first plan where we have told that we will be having some kind of rewards for early adopters. So, of course, this
Wow.
will be part of the marketing which you will see happening from next week.
Uh huh.
But so, as I said, like I was really excited to come here because I know what kind of community and what kind of people the Filipino people are, and I'm really great
Oh,
fan of
we're
their sport.
intense. We are
Yes, you guys.
competitive. Like, do not mess with our lives, but not with our sports. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
something like that. I
everyone's
do understand.
incredibly intense in sports, and so yeah, I think this is very perfect for the Filipino market. There's a lot of interest here for sure, especially when you have more games or more sports. I mean, in the platform. So very again, very very interesting, and I'm hearing with how you guys are answering the questions. I truly feel that the community is at the very heart of it. Um, are there any like community activations or online events that you guys have or will be having in the future that we
Okay.
can fully participate in aside from the alpha
Yes.
test, of course?
Okay. The because every product have phases of how it is introduced to the market.
Yeah.
So of course, I'm sure you must have seen our X handle, and
Of
you can see
course.
there is some kind of work is going on, but it's not up to speed, and it's not like they're not. It's like we are just keeping it in check as of now,
Mhm.
because the first focus is to develop a product. So as
Yeah.
soon as we are done from the product and we know it's ready, for Alpha and this thing, we will be, of course, highlighting the whole thing to the next level. We are
Yeah.
planning to have some internal tournaments. We are planning to have some events,
Ooh.
all the ICP hubs, ICP communities, and some general sports communities. Because
All the ICP
biggest
hubs. Have you guys met Bruno? I would love to be Bruno in
we
a match.
we are we
Yeah.
are interviewing Xavier from ICP Hub Canada. So
Yeah.
because
Javi?
yeah,
Yep,
Xavier,
heavy.
Oh, I would
yeah,
beat him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah, you
I'll be your friend.
he will not agree to you because they just won the Europe League. So Spain is very confident
Oh,
nowadays. So yeah, you
oh
know that
no.
Spain won, right? They beat
Well, you
England
know
in
what?
final. So then
I'm just very cocky. Like I have no idea what about sports. I have no. I know what traveling is in basketball. Maybe that counts, right? But I don't have
yeah,
any idea in
that's all.
strategies. I'm just very good. So aside from being, passionate with sports, Filipinos are also great, like shit talkers, and that's me. I'm on the second category. I just talk shit about. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's part of it, right? In sports, it's part of it.
No, actually, anything
That's my
about life.
contribution.
Yeah, anything related to life and how to live it and how to enjoy it. That's the essence of Filipino community.
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
yeah, for sure. So
And
very exciting. You said
I
there
see.
are going to be tournaments and all of that. I'm
Yeah,
losing you a bit, I
and we
think.
are first thing is that being introduced to all the other ICP hubs, and then ICP communities, and then we are planning to, as soon as we are fully ready and app is ready, then we plan to have some online competitions, events,
Mhm.
where we can invite some celebrity, and some from the active
Oh,
communities and let them compete and see, and some dedicated competition for certain, like maybe we can have a competition, Sherry, where all the ICP Hub Philippines, the ICP Hub Canada, ICP Hub USA, and East
All the
Asia,
ICP hub managers can
yeah,
compete.
managers
That's
should
why
compete and
I
see
asked
which
Heavy. Yeah,
ICP Hub
just
managers
that's why.
wins it.
Yep. I asked Heavy to just give us some time. Let us come with the alpha release first, and then we are
yeah.
going to have a live
Vlogship
AMA
tournament.
match between the hub in the La
Yeah,
Liga.
yeah, maybe,
Oh,
Yes.
uh, guys,
so
I have
because
a very quick
firstly,
story. So,
yeah.
last March, I was with the like hub leaders, and it was not all of them. Everyone's, doing their own thing, but I was with a few of them, and mind you, there are 44 hubs now. I was with maybe 10, very few, right? And yet it was already so noisy. It was so like chaotic, but in a very good way. Like the energy was very high. So I can imagine, or I can't imagine how and what it would be like to have all of them competing in Fantasy Extreme. That
See,
would be amazing. That'd be so fun to
that's
watch.
if you haven't played a fantasy game ever, you
Mhm.
said you follow football somewhat. I would suggest you try it. If you
I'd
enjoy
get
the
addicted,
game,
I feel like.
yeah, no, no. It's like if you enjoy the game, see, whatever you enjoy now, see
Yeah.
watching the basketball on TV,
Mhm.
you will
Yeah.
enjoy it at least 60 to 70% more. Because I'll tell you
Oh,
why.
that's
Reason.
inviting.
There is a match between two teams, and you have
Mhm.
selected a team out of those two teams. I'm talking
Mhm.
about basketball. Now, whatever he will do in the when you watch it out of passion. You have nothing at stake.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
that player have more passion because he have more on stake, right? Now I am
Mhm.
giving you stake in his performance. So now if he does a mistake, you will feel you have done the mistake. And if
Mhm.
he scores something or achieves something, it will not be only his achievement, it will be your achievement with him. So
Right?
actually,
Yeah. I could
so
get
we
credit
are
for it.
yeah. So what we are doing that from the fans who are sitting in front of TV, we are
Mhm.
bringing them and placing them in the game in a way that they have direct stakes into the player performances they choose.
Mhm.
And you can see the passion I have for this particular thing. The way
Oh
I
yeah,
explained
for
it to you.
sure. I love it. It's very infectious, you know. I can very much see the appeal. I am honestly scared to try because as you guys can see, I'm very intense. I get very into it. I might just be the top player. Who knows, right? But yeah, I'm so excited for the alpha, you guys. I mean, I'm gonna try it for sure. Like I
Please,
can
please, I really.
imagine how fun it's gonna be. And again, because you guys mentioned the possibility of like a tournament between all of the hub leaders, I am now hyped for it. Like I can't stop thinking about it, imagining how they're gonna respond. Because they're so much fun. They're so fun and high energy. I can again imagine Bruno. We're really good friends. He's just the craziest, and I can see him and Javi competing very intensely. Um, I I guess my next question for you guys, um, how can the ICB community get more involved with what you're building? I know you guys are taking all the feedback. Should they tweet at you? Should how do they reach you? How can they give you feedback?
See, as of now, we have all the active communities on all the social platforms, right
Hmm.
from even LinkedIn, Discord,
Hmm.
Telegram,
Name
Facebook.
it, you're there.
Yeah, name it, we are there. And we are
Uh-huh.
actively accommodating the community. So
Hmm.
these are the channels to reach us. Our website is right now, I showed you the demo. That is something which is not public now, but it will be public soon.
Hmm.
And then
Very
we are good to go.
exciting.
So already feedback mechanisms are in place for all the possible platforms, and you guys can reach us, and we will be very spontaneous in answering your queries.
I love that. I mean, I
And,
feel like
and
it's a very good start when projects already or like at the beginning of it while you're still really building it, you already listen to the community because again, they should be at the very heart of this. Mhm.
And just to be more specific on Kelvin's question, because he is planning to get like about these are the platform which are already in place for community engagement. As soon
Yeah,
as Alpha launches, we will be sharing feedback email address where users can share their feedback through that email. That email will be particularly for the purpose of
just for that.
sharing the. And also
Oh,
on
okay.
Discord
Mhm.
specifically, we will be having a feedback channel, which will be only taking care of the feedbacks provided by the user, not general discussion. So this way, it will help us to segregate and address the things and
Yeah, I think that's a very good mechanism for people to reach out and having that open line of communication, whether it's Alpha Week or not.
yeah,
Just
it will
having,
be throughout.
that kind of transparency. I think that's again very vital at this point. We have a few questions here from the community. They've been sending so many, like nonstop. The minute we
Yeah.
started, with the questions are like pouring
That's
in.
really
So I hope
good.
you're ready. We love that, right? So thanks so much, Kelvin, for
Yes.
answering this. A very quick review for our community members. Here are the questions that have been answered already. One by Scout Martin, the different sports available. Chari Maya asked about the revenue model, the reward system, and Kelvin about the feedback mechanisms in place. So if you have questions that we haven't or topics that we haven't really explored yet, feel free to share those in the comments. So we have here from Miles Morales. Oh, Miles is very active. I feel like Sherry, you were correct that maybe Miles is a fan. So Miles asks,
Yes.
what potential
Okay. Now,
challenges do you foresee in integrating blockchain with fantasy sports, and how can they be overcome?
okay, Miles. As I mentioned at the start of conversation, that this idea is with us since the you can say 2015 16, since we got introduced, me and Sherry. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what happens? Blockchain have a lot of limitation then and even now.
Mm-hmm.
But you can say the third generation of blockchains, where ICPI considered it as a third generation of blockchain. What happens? They are working on different things. First thing, see, biggest challenge when you want to bring a Web 2 user to Web 3 space is the gas fees. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because as a user, as I started talking, user doesn't care whether it's
Mm-hmm.
centralized or decentralized, or even if some users care, masses don't care whether it's centralized or
Mm-hmm.
decentralized. So when it's a reverse gas model, he don't need to pay any fee for his interaction with my platform or any other
Mm-hmm.
platform on ICP. That was the biggest challenge with, which make us wait since 2015 till 2024 we are sitting now. Then the second
Mm-hmm.
thing, none of the other blockchains were truly decentralized, and their
Mm-hmm.
throughput and transaction speed was not something which could accommodate high pressure of user influx. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
it's not only about users, because during the match, the stats are updated regularly. It's not like you have created the team and now you will get the result at the end of the match. It's
Yeah.
like every 10 to 15 seconds, whatever happens, your scorecard will be updated, leaderboard will change, so it will keep you hooked. So this particular
Mm-hmm.
thing is not possible. It was not possible till ICP came into existence. There are some scalability issues which we foresee on something,
Mm-hmm.
like storage scalability issues, some front-end speed issues. We have some
Mm-hmm.
solutions in place. Reduction of media files, these kinds of things we are trying to do so that to give the user better experience. But as I
Yeah.
said, the most challenges which was being thrown by the traditional blockchain systems like Ethereum
Mm-hmm.
or any other or Solana or any whichever you mention. They give you a backend code logic through the smart contracts, but they don't give you
Yeah.
any solution to have kind of system where you can update the stats of 50 players or 35 players or 30 players every 10 seconds without affecting the speed or response of your website. So
Mm-hmm.
since ICP have answered all of these challenges, that's why we are here developing it on.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very good answer, a comprehensive one at that. And I like that. I think it's also incredibly important that you're able to pinpoint possible bottlenecks and, you know, peripherally provide potential solutions to potential problems. I think that's the best way to go about it. So here's another one by Zacho Cleopatra. What innovative features set extreme fantasy apart from traditional fantasy sports platforms and
Yeah.
other blockchain based competitors?
Okay, Zaku, it's really nice question. First thing is that practically there are no blockchain-based competitors. There are some platforms, I will not take the name, they let you have some digital assets, but the gameplay itself is Web2. So what happens there on these
Mm,
platforms when we say blockchain-based competitors, they are the competitors, they will sell you their NFTs, but when you
mm,
play, you are not playing in a Web3 domain, you are playing in Web2 domain.
mm,
That is one part. So
mm,
we are not selling you anything, and we are not charging. We're not telling the user that you have to buy these player NFTs if you want them into your team.
yeah.
Anybody on comes on the platform, he is free to choose whichever player he wants as per his budget or
Mm,
his strategy or what. There are some constraints we have to keep to make it interesting. There is a budget value. Every player have a cost value. So you have to create a team which should come in the budget, and budget is same for all the users. There is no concept of premier user or a paid user or a simple user. It's equal for
mm,
everyone. So
yeah.
we are not charging anything, and we will say your mind, your strategy will decide what you want.
Mm.
That's simple.
We love to hear that. I mean, yeah,
Second
I
thing,
feel. Mm.
second part.
Yeah, go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. No, go
The
ahead.
second thing, whichever fantasy football I am mentioning now because we're launching that.
Mm,
You play, you create their teams for a week.
mm,
So if I am not a regular follower of football, I don't follow football every damn day. I have no
mm,
update that which team is doing what. Okay, some famous team I do know, but small teams I am not aware. But then to create that team, I have to spend 1 to 2 hours if I seriously want to win that competition. To create that team, one
Yes.
part. Then I have to remain hooked, vigilant throughout the
mm,
week to update my team as per the match happening next. And then after 5 days or 4 days, if I am lucky and if I stayed hooked, then I will win the reward. What is the use of this time? What we are doing, we are telling you to create team for only one match, and you will win the reward as soon as that match finishes. So they give you one opportunity for whole week. in a week we'll give you 10 opportunities comparing to them. So 10 times more chances to make. So that's
Yeah, for
how.
sure. I mean,
These
the
are two different
community
techniques.
will appreciate that, times 10, more chances of winning. So here's another one from Faithy. How does the use of blockchain technology on Fantasy Extreme help in eliminating geographical boundaries and fostering a global community? I mean, this already happens, or we already see this happening in the Web 2 space, right? But like you said, now we have tech that allows us to do things that we weren't able to do before. Do you also see that being applied to how we're fostering global communities?
Okay, the one part is that already there are communities which are global, but their rights are
Mhm,
not global. I'll tell you example.
mhm,
For example, imagine there is a fantasy football community which have fans
mhm,
from Philippines and which have fans from
mhm,
England and from Canada and rest of the world, say whatever, and some
mhm,
fans from Africa. Do you? And they all discuss fantasy sports and fantasy football, and then there is a platform, uh, any platform, Web2 platform, which is registered in England only. Okay,
mhm,
now, so their office is in England, their main bank account is in England. So they have created a community, but in that community, everybody don't have equal rights because the in
mhm,
that community, the players or the users who are from England, they can easily join the contest, immediately receive their reward. But the
mhm,
same community have a user from Philippines, and if he have to join the contest, maybe he have to initiate that transaction 3 days earlier than them, and he is not sure
mhm,
whether it will reach there on time or no, whether he will be able to join or no. That's one part. If he pays through credit card, he have to pay extra than anybody else who a user sitting in the
Mm,
why just because I stay in Philippines or I stay in Africa
mhm.
or I stay in Pakistan, why should I pay extra to join the same contest? It's not
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
their communities are global for the namesake, but all the members of community
Not
don't
really
have equal rights.
inclusive. Uh-huh.
Yes. On the other hand, when you are playing on Fantasy Extreme on our platform,
Mhm,
everybody has equal rights.
mhm,
And you cannot buy Premier Live even if you one of the user is not good with the strategy, but he have extra money. And other user is very good with the strategy, but he is not that good with the money, or he don't have that much savings to play the game. So we have no
mhm,
way that somebody can pay us and become a premier membership and he have some extra value on our platform. No, as I said, your mind, your strategy is your value for us. All
mhm,
people are equal. Their way to join the contest is same. Their cost of joining the contest is same. Their time of receiving the contest is same. No matter they live in Philippines, they live in Africa, or they live in USA or England. So that's the
We
global
love to
aspect.
hear that. Yeah, we love to
So
hear that. I mean, as a user, it's more encouraging if you don't have like a higher paywall, just so you could enter or participate, right? Like it's an even playing field for all. So that's a very interesting take. Thank you so much for sharing that, and Faithy for sending in that question. Now here's my question to both of you. Before I release you, I know you're very busy and you've been incredibly generous already with your time and with your
we
answers.
are really
But before I
enjoying this
release you,
discussion. We are
I
really
know, me
enjoying this discussion.
too. I love it. I hope the next. I know you guys are all still here, but I'm already planning the next conversation with you. But I hope maybe in the next, once the product is out, we can test it out. Do
Yes, we
a
can.
live
Maybe you me
testing?
and Shari have our internal competition. Like we can do it in two phases. One we in the start will or before the AMA, we will share the teams
Yeah,
which we have created, and we have joined a common contest and see when the match finishes. We do the AMA and we talk about who have the more
oh
bragging rights.
yeah,
You
that'd
or
be
me.
fun. It would be like it wouldn't be an AMA anymore. It's gonna be like a commentary on the actual sport, right? Or the game.
Yes,
That'd be very, very fun, you guys. I mean, let's set it up. Let's book it tomorrow. No, next week. No, I'm kidding. Um, no, no, no. We're just thinking in advance, and I think our community would really appreciate that. Um, so before I let you guys go, I guess my question for you is how do you view the current state of fantasy sports market and what trends do you see emerging? So I feel like
okay.
with the kind of tech and how you're building Fantasy Extreme, you guys are going to be trendsetters at some point, right? So, what trends do you see emerging specifically from your platform?
From our platform, and I think it's a general need of the time, is that uh, fantasy sports skills should be recognized as skills. That's first thing. Should be, if
Mm-hmm.
somebody is good in making strategies, whichever game or multiple game, he should
Mm-hmm.
be thought as a skillful person, not like you, me, or parents, or
Mm-hmm.
community should not think that he is useless. Like the kind of revolution happened in the esports domain.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if
Uh-huh.
when I was young, I am older
Good
than both of you.
analogy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was young, if kids, we as a kids in 2000, when we used to game rooms and spend time playing games, parents or elders will say, "Guys, you are wasting time," and etc. But right now,
Mm. I think I lost you, Malik. Is it just me or is he also hanging from you,
I
Sherry?
am here. Yeah, I am also Malik. Are you here?
Let me try to. Okay, so while we wait for him, maybe you want to add a little bit of
Sure, sure,
the
sure.
question.
So let me continue. Okay, he is back. Okay, so around 15 years back, parents say the kids you are wasting the time, na? But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, when kids are using these types of platform, they are making money
Yeah.
that parents are making in a month, and they are making in weeks. So
Oh
definitely,
yeah.
this is going to be the emerging. So this is one
Mm-hmm.
of the very big achievement in this, na? So this is going to be an emerging as well because it's not a time wasting now, it's a way of earning and everyone wants to earn. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the point.
I that is very true. I mean, when I was younger, my parents would also say, "What are you doing? Why are you always on your computer?" Now, this is how we make money. This is how we meet people. Oh, Malik is back. Thank you so much for joining us again, Malik. We
it
missed you a little
always
bit
happens to
there.
me.
I
It
got
always
nervous
happens to me.
for
I
a
don't.
bit. Yeah. No, yes. So you were saying, go ahead. Sherry and I just continued the conversation as to how times have changed. Like again, like you said, before they would your parents would scold you for always being in front of the computer, and now
Esports is
this
a
is a main
profession.
source of income. Yeah, it is a
Yes.
profession for many people, for most of my friends even. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because in
go ahead, you were
Philippines it's very
saying.
common. Yeah. So
Mhm.
that what I see happening here,
Mhm.
because currently till web 2 was there, it was not cheap to market, and
Mhm.
registering your company, and the process was very lengthy. So it this domain was for the people with big deep pockets. But I am
Mhm.
sure, I know, I don't mind having competition. I'm sure we're seeing after platforms, there will be other platforms emerging on other, you know uh, blockchains, with
Mhm.
same concepts, and I'm sure and I hope that they will come with better ideas than what we did. And so competition is good. It will create the market awareness, it will create more opportunities for the users. As I said, it's about passion, it's not about money. As of,
Mhm.
it's mixed of both, but I don't mind, and I'm sure that when we do and we are successful, there will be other who will following the lead. We will see more platforms, or maybe the big players like ESPN and Yahoo thinking about being inclusive. Right now, they are not.
Yeah.
Sorry
Mhm.
for saying it online. I don't know what will happen to you, but I said it.
No, it's fine. I mean, speak your mind. That's why we love conversations like this because we get to talk about not only the fluffy, happy stuff, but also,
Yes.
things
That's the,
that we really need to address and where
yeah.
I think it's a good direction for us to move where, to paths where we didn't really get to explore before because you have to be conservative. Now we're at liberty to explore more, to provide more, and give the power back to users. So I love that, Sherry, Malik. This has been a very, very interesting dialogue. I hope this is not where our conversation ends, but where it only begins. Because there are so many
Yes,
things that we could do. The next time you're here, oh, for sure, we're gonna try
we will
the
be. We
the
will be.
we're
We
gonna
will be.
try the product. We're gonna talk about it, and it's gonna be a very very fun episode, even more fun
Yes.
from this one. So again, Sherry Malik, thank you. You've been so 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 kind and generous with your time. Thank you for answering all of our questions. And this is not goodbye. I'll see you soon, you guys. Thank you.
Thank,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Farhan. It was really nice meeting you. I really enjoyed.
Me
Thank
too.
you so
I
much.
really enjoyed. Thank you, you guys.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Ayan, to all of you guys watching, if you want to be a part of their community, which you should, meron po tayong mga links sa description box. Sali po kayo dyan. I think nabanggit na nila na lahat daw ng social media na you could think of, nandyan sila. So please follow them, join their community. They have a Discord group, Telegram, so Twitter also, no? And they're gonna be very much active after daw na alpha testing nila, which is next week. And if you want to participate in that, I think you can message them directly. Kung may mga questions po kayo na hindi natin natanong sa kanila, don't fret dahil mukhang sobrang active ng community nila and you can still ask them. But congratulations to the audience members, yung may tawag, to our kakwentuhan na napili po ang mga questions ninyo. So we have Scout Martin, Chari Maya 70, Miles Morales, Kelvin, Zaku, and Faithy. Maraming salamat po and congratulations dahil napili po yung mga questions ninyo and we are going to be rewarding you ICP tokens, of course, kasi na-appreciate namin that you guys are very much engaged and nag-participate kayo for this AMA. Maraming maraming salamat po. Again, please be a part of the community ng Fantasy Extreme. Nasa description box po lahat ng link dyan. And if you want to rewatch yung town hall natin from yesterday, you can do that sa Twitter space natin, sa X account ng ICP Hub Philippines. Also linked in the description box. And we have so much going on for you guys. Meron tayong PBWX Davao. We also have an ongoing, I think, hackathon, Pump Up the Jam. We have jamming sessions. Whether kasama kayo sa hackathon or hindi, you just want to listen in on what our technical lead, Sir Eliezer Rabadon, has to say. You are very much welcome po. Ayan, so please join us, be a part of our community. Napakarami po talaga nating paandar until the end of the year. Well, we don't stop there really, but this year, 2024, it's going to be a big year, most especially for ICP Hub Philippines. So please join us, join in on the fun, and we hope to meet you not only sa mga AMA or online events natin, but also in real life, no? So, ayan. Again, maraming maraming salamat po. And thank you for watching episode 54, Fantasy Extreme, where we interviewed yung CEO and CTO nila. And hopefully, guys, we get to see you on the next episodes. This has been your host, Modern Mulan Arjulan, the growth lead of ICPL Philippines, signing out. Bye, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you po.